Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Couch Potato Queens. But this is really the premiere episode of our challenge chat, which I am so excited about. I did not know if I was going to do this, but you know what? After a little bit of planning and some people saying you have to do the challenge, I'm like, fine, I'll do the challenge. So here we are. We're doing the challenge, and here with me is my friend Doug. Doug, how you doing today? Are you excited about this?
I am so excited. I feel like I had to twist your arm a little bit, but I've been a loyal Couch Potato Queen fan, from the beginning, and I am passionate about the challenge and Survivor and Big Brother and RuPaul's Drag Race. So yeah, it just makes so much sense, and so I'm very happy to talk about the challenge because it was a hell of a premiere.
Absolutely. We have a few viewers here today. We got Sophie. Hi, guys. Yesterday's premiere was awesome. It definitely was. We were so excited. We have Ethrella here. Steven, how you doing? I know you're excited about this. And also Jess. We love you guys. But yeah, make sure to comment below, guys. We're going to talk about what's going on. Chitter chatter with us, and we will talk about everything in the episode. All right, Doug. So, with the episode, how it started, we're going to go through how it went. So first they took all the American contestants from all these different shows. And when I used to watch the challenge, it was just people from Real World and Road Rules. Now it's people from all these shows, some of which I haven't even heard of before. But I did know a lot of the American contestants. But overall, what's your thought on the cast? Let's go there.
Yeah, so I think if we just start with the intro, which was Monday night, I thought they did a pretty good job of just giving some background on the players and talking about the existing dynamics that were at play. So Josh, I know that you haven't seen a lot of the most recent challenge episodes. My challenge fandom has been there pretty throughout. I took a little bit of a break probably in college, but then really picked it back up in the Cara Marie era-ish, I guess. And so I've been pretty dedicated watcher and follower since then. But, I thought it was interesting. The big thing, I think, going into this season by bringing back Nelson and bringing back Corey and bringing back Fessy is to see how that all plays out, because Fessy really betrayed Nelson last season. And so I think it's going to be, yeah.
I watched the clip of what Fessy did to Nelson because I was like, they're talking about this all episode. What is this? What's the drama? What's the tea? So I did do my research and I saw the drama. And Fessy is a little shady one. I'll tell you that.
Fessy's super shady. I don't think anybody actually likes Fessy. And I mean, I'm just over him in general. Yeah, but I thought that was interesting. And I thought it was interesting to see Devin working with Josh and then to start that alliance already.
So Devin, to me, I've heard a lot about him. I know he's someone that I was given a warning about Devin. I've heard that he gets a lot of confessional. He's kind of a storyteller. I kind of liked him from my first view of him, but I don't really have an opinion yet. But I know we don't like Josh. I know Josh is not the most popular on the challenge, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, this season's going to be really interesting because, and we'll get into it when we get into the main episode, but the veterans are highly outnumbered. I mean, very outnumbered. And Steven, I agree. I think it's also, I don't think Devin's a fan of Devin and Josh being aligned. I think that it probably pains him just as much as it pains us to see. But I think that all the veterans are going to have to be forced to work together because they are in such a disadvantage with the numbers.
I know. And honestly, Devin seems like someone I think that has longevity in this as well. I think he seems like someone that can go far in this. He's one of them. I think Anissa is someone that can, I think, go far because Anissa's been there since we were children in the challenge. In the Battle of the Sexes, one was her first challenge, where it wasn't even the challenge, it was the joke. That's what the original challenges were. That was the season where Rachel was like, the inner circle is disgusting, and I'm not even here for it. Whatever. I missed that. Our old school challenge stuff, but all right, so let's get into the actual episode. So we had our Americans. They were whisked away once they got there. They were chained up to bricks with like little clues on them. They brought in all the internationals. By the way, Tasha is everything. Tasha from Big Brother Nigeria. Can we just like give a second to give her some love? Because I read up on her. She's incredible.
I'm here for it. I love the diversity in the cast. I don't care if it took us having to go to the 12 dates of Christmas to get Corey L, because he's amazing so far. And like, we've just desperately been waiting for some good gay men on this show. I've been waiting a long time.
Corey's a cutie.
What's that?
Corey's a cutie. He's hot AF.
Yes. So as soon as they introduced him, I was like, yes, finally, we get some queer representation and gay men representation on here. I'm here for it. And then we also got Huey, who seems kind of fun. So I'm like, all right, thank you. I appreciate this.
He's from BBUK, which has been canceled. But BBUK was iconic back in the day. Oh, it just, if they would have done this years ago, there's so many iconic people they could have had on. But, you know, it's cool.
We're here now. We are here now. We'll go back. Yeah, so now they set it up that and it's interesting because I wasn't quite sure how they were going to do the dynamics of the teams and then like the actual structure of it. Yeah. So personally, I really appreciate that they did it, that it wasn't like Team USA versus the world. Like that would have really bothered me.
That would have not been fair. So they had to make it fair. So they made it into teams of one international and one American. So they had the internationals pick which American that they wanted as their teammate, as their partner. So they gave them all like little folders of each of the players. You saw them gossiping about this one. There were a lot of, I remember that there were a lot of, who were like the main people that people want? I know some people said CT. I heard a few of him. I heard a few Anissas.
Yeah, so let's get into the choices and the picks of it all.
Let's go over our teams here.
Yeah.
I know we have
pull those up.
Yes, we have this going. Okay.
Look at this, y'all.
All right.
I did my homework for you all so that you could see this nice little graphic of what all the teams are. In the way that this is ordered, so it is interesting. Well, first of all, they made it sound like it was one international and one US, but there are, like, Josh and Lauren are both from the US, so that was odd. But for the most part, it does follow that.
Okay, so about Lauren, do you know the tea on that they were trying to edit her out? Because apparently she gets replaced in like episode 2 or 3.
I did not know that. Spoiler alert.
And that's who she gets replaced with, Mama.
I would assume, based on the episode or the trailers, that it's going to be Miss Amber.
Yes, ma'am. It is.
Which is good.
Amber is back. So
I'm surprised that she wasn't cast originally, to be quite honest. But I mean, she just won, so she needs to defend her throne. Yes, Amber B. Yes. I mean, I don't really know Lauren, so I'm here for you replacing Lauren. I think you'll add some much more intrigue. But this was interesting. So the way that I set this up is actually the order that the partners became partners. So Emmanuel was the first guy, and they all had to go sprint, and so they had to sprint and race to where the Americans were locked up. And so if you're the first person there, you get first dibs over who you want to have as your partner. Yeah. So Emmanuel gets there first. First female pick is Casey. And I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. I think that was a very smart decision from Emmanuel.
Decision because she's strong. She usually makes it to the end. Yes, people say she's boring. Yeah, whatever. But I think Casey's a great shot. And I do like Casey. Casey's a good pick.
I have a hard time arguing against Casey as a first pick or Tori as a second pick. Kyle picking Amanda. That was interesting to me. Yeah. I am a huge Kyle fan. I just love him.
Right? Like Amanda, at least from what I know, Amanda was very it had some drama in her past.
Yes, she is very much one to lean into the drama and to stir the pot. And so, yeah, I was surprised that Kyle, and I don't really think that she's been that much of an athletic competitor in the past, but we will see. All right, we got some Amanda fans. I go back and forth. So we will see how she is on this season, I guess.
Very nice. All right. So yeah. So Kyle chose Amanda. I know that Kyle is also someone that is a good name as well. He's kind of hot. He's one of the British ones, you know. He's a cutie. He's been on a lot of the challenges recently. So I do think that team, at least Kyle, I think will do well. I don't know about Amanda if she's full of drama, but I think Kyle's gonna do good.
Yes. Thank you, Jess. I'm not really either. But yes, so the rest of this was interesting, and I think it's also interesting. So we get to it. Spoiler alert: Anissa and Logan end up winning, and it's really interesting because Logan and Anissa didn't even form as a pair until the sixth. They were the sixth pairing, so they went from like starting to destroy the blocks and everything to ending up finishing first. And that's what's really interesting too about Huey and Ashley getting last place is because they had quite a lead. They were the seventh team to form.
Oh yeah.
And they really bungled it to end up in dead last.
So, Ashley, I am here for this girl. I'm here for her. I know a lot of people don't like her. I know she's controversial. I'm here for this girl. She is so much fun. She is a hot mess express. I went to middle school with girls like her. Like, I am here for her. Like she was that girl that like went on the Maury show when we were 13. I'm just saying it, okay? Like she is everything. So like the fact that she got, picked like seventh, I'm okay with that. Like totally an Ashley stan here. I love her.
I feel like if you like Amanda, you like Ashley, and if you like Ashley, you like Amanda.
I'm a villain fan.
Ashley is a very fun villain. She at least has a win to back it up on, and a very villainous past to. I mean, she knows what she's doing, and she plays the persona very well. Yeah. So I can't fault her in that. So yeah, and her whining with Huey, we'll get to that later. That was just priceless. So here, let me go to the second pairings of teams. So this is just the first half. Yeah. And then after that, we get the second half of pairings. So we get Nelson and Priscilla, Nani and Gabo. That was a really funny interaction, I thought, between them and becoming teams.
Gabo, I don't really know. Like he's from like the Jersey Shore in Poland. I did think he was secretly really sexy. So I was like happy that like he chose Nani because I think Nani is someone who usually has longevity in this game as well. Nani, I think, is someone that will be a lifer. Like she's going to be there for a long time. She's another one that I'm like, okay, Nani's going to be there at like episode 15. Like she'll still be there. So good choice for him.
Yeah, she always plays the social game well too. So then it was interesting to start seeing the women coming in and picking, the guy partners, which kind of happened towards the end there too. But this whole part was just very interesting to see where everybody landed and who their choices were. Interesting that Fessy was kind of lower on the list of being determined. He was fourth to last in terms of being picked. Yeah. So that was interesting to me. But they really rose. So look, they were the 14th team to be formed, but they finished 6th. And the same thing with Michaela and Renan. Michaela and Renan almost won that, and they were at a very slow start. So can we imagine just how this entire episode would have changed if Michaela and Renan finished in first? That would have just changed the entire trajectory of the season, I feel like.
Yeah, can we just give the hashtag poor Michaela? Because I feel horrible for her. Like, it's Michaela, everybody. Like, this girl is a beast. Like, she is hilarious. She is, like, she throws the shade. She knows how to, like, throw it out when she needs to. She's a beast in challenges. Oh, Michaela, I love you. Like, she is reality TV gold. And Hashtag poor Michaela, everybody. Hashtag poor Michaela. That's all
I was living for her confessional look and her just like commentary. I was like, yes, I am here for it. Give me everything. I missed you on my screen, Michaela, and I missed all Survivor. Well, I didn't really miss Tommy on my screen because he's.
I mean, Mish. I am a Mish fan. Look, Doug, who hired Justin Timberlake's younger brother for this podcast. Clearly, Sophie's not talking about me. So.
Love that.
Yeah, I usually get like Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC. So
love that too.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
But yeah, do you have any? What else? Do you think of anything else on the rest of these pairings? Big T and Tommy is interesting. I feel like
Big T and Tommy's interesting. Now Tommy obviously won Survivor, well, one of the worst seasons ever. But he was a winner. He was a decently good winner. It was kind of a boring winner, but Mish, I am here for, honey. Like, I love Michelle. I think Michelle is everything. I love Michelle because she's such a good social player, and we saw that at Winners of War. Michelle knows how to play this game. So I think of the Survivor players, Michelle's going to do the best.
Yes, I sure hope so, because if Michaela fed us, then it was an entire smorgasbord of wonderful content from Michelle, and I need more of it. I am sad that we did lose Nam, though, because...
We'll get into that.
We'll get there. Yes.
We'll get into the Nam thing, because that was the whole tea that they were talking about. We will do that, everybody. We will do that. Also,
yes.
If you guys are watching and you like what you see, make sure to like and hit that like button. Smash that like, everybody. And also hit that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed to the Couch Potato Queens. We do stuff all throughout the week. We go on 7 days a week. We'll be back on for the eviction episode tonight, too. So make sure to sub, make sure to like. And if you are not watching this live, make sure to comment below and tell us your thoughts on everything. It will be great. Just had to throw that out there, Mr. Dog. So
yes, I am just so excited to do this the entire season and be with all of you to discuss it, because this is my jam. I'm loving this cast too. I really like that we're bringing in so much diversity in the cast, and so many different dynamics and elements are at play, which is amazing. So we're here in the Daily Challenge, and Anissa, and finishes first. Again, this is the second season in a row where Anissa comes out of nowhere and decides that she's just going to establish herself as a queen and win the first episode.
So, like, seriously, though, how did Anissa first? Really? Like, I'm here for it. Like, she's representing us Jewish people. Hello. She's got that Star of David. I don't have one of those, but I should, because I am a Jew. So, like, go Anissa. I remember my favorite Anissa moment was in Battle of the Sexes 2, where she started singing about that there were so many lesbians in the cast. Like, I'm, like, here for it. Is she, like, is she a bisexual, or is she a lesbian?
I don't know what she identifies as, actually.
I'm obsessed with her.
But she's clearly had interactions with both, so that's amazing. But yeah, so we get Anissa and Logan, right?
Yeah.
Logan. Anissa and Logan finishing first, which is great. And so you got to assume that comes with some sort of power.
Yeah.
And so that's great, because I think that's in the right hands, especially for the veteran alliance that needs to have the power to start. Because again, if Michaela gets in there, we're looking at an entirely different episode and season. So we get that. And then the question is, okay, who's going to come in last? And what are the consequences going to be to come in last place? And so we get this, cut of seeing that Ashley and Huey are really struggling.
Okay, that was a hot mess. Like, let me just give my take on that. That was everything. I am here for their team. They are a hot mess team express. Like, I think they're going to be like a halfway through the game type team, but like, they are giving me life together. They obviously don't work well together. And I think every episode we're going to get something like that from them. I'm hoping so.
It was enjoyable to witness their frustration.
We have some. Oh.
Anissa, what are you doing? Get out of
Here's
there.
some interesting. Anissa was originally a lesbian on the Real World, but since then she's hooked up with she's gone through a lot of the cast.
I mean, we love it. You get what you get, girl. Just go get it. Anything. But yeah, so the whole Ashley and Huey thing, I was like, it was so enjoyable to watch because it was seeing they had to deal with each other being the same two whiny little bitches. Like, I don't think that they were used to that because they're both like were handling the situation poorly, and it was very much like a mirror image of each other. Like they both were just like whiny and complaining, but like Ashley felt like she had a little bit more leg up because she's been there before, and so that she was getting even more frustrated, and I was just living for it. And then we get the classic, well, you came in last, and TJ, as he always does, loves to, play the game of the psych out game and pretending like, oh, you're going to go home when you're not.
I thought they were. I totally thought they were going to end up going home, and I was so sad. I was like, no, I love them. Don't send them home. Oh, they're so awful that I love them, and they're just fun. And Huey's little accent, they're just so cute together because they hate each other so much. But they didn't, so I'm okay with that. Let them be the Hot Mess Express team.
I guess I'm okay with it. For Ashley's ego, I really felt that it would have been funny if she was the first one home. I was quietly rooting for that. Maybe not so quietly, but I was like, you know what? That would be kind of funny, but they can't. If it was somebody else, they might not have lost her. I agree with that. Like maybe it was written in to eliminate the first team, and then like, oh shit, I guess we can't do that.
They do not lose Ashley. That is true. She's one of their stars because she's a villain and she's a hot mess, and you need that person on there. So Ashley will be there for a little bit. Just we're gonna get at least a taste of Ashley this season. I know she's gone home first before. I was watching. What was it War of the Worlds? Wasn't she like the first boot on that? But
yes,
yeah. But they don't want to lose her this season either.
So we learn, TJ tells us that Anissa and Logan are forming the agency. So that's interesting that it's just one team that gets quite a bit of power to determine who goes into the elimination.
Yeah.
And then TJ also announces that the House will vote for the first people to go down to the elimination, and that the agency will determine who they go against.
Yeah.
So
which is good, and I think that gives Anissa and her partner some power now that they're the agency. They solely decide one of the teams that goes up, and they are safe. So in that spot, you have a lot of decisions, and that's where you can really make a move to benefit your game. If there's a team that you want out, you can sabotage them in there and get them out.
And at this point, though, we're under the impression that Anissa and Logan have to pick a team of people.
Yeah.
So I am a little bit disappointed in the episode in that we didn't get like any deliberation on what Anissa and Logan were thinking of who they were going to send in. Like we got very little context of that at all. It was all about the strategy surrounding who in the House was going to vote for. But we didn't really get anybody talking to Anissa and Logan, or like Anissa and Logan's thoughts on who they were going to put in. So that made it a real big kind of surprise when we actually got down to the elimination as well. So we get back to the House, and we get some good content there. And I think the veterans quickly realize how outnumbered they are. And so they make this veterans truce. And they say, hey, like, we can't go after each other. Like, we have to stick together, or all of these rookies are going to, pile up on us.
Yeah, I think it's smart for the vets to do that, which they don't have a lot of numbers. Who were the specifics that were talking about it, Doug? The ones that were talking the vets. Was it Tori?
Yeah, I feel like it was. Yeah, I feel like Tori was kind of leading that, but I also think that it was, Ashley and Amanda had a pretty large voice in this too, and into making it happen. So I give them credit for making that happen as well.
Yeah.
So then we get a little bit of a fun moment that it's Logan and Michelle's birthday. And so Devin comes out, giving them the birthday cake, wearing the small little Speedo bathing suit.
Yes.
For the record, that I would be the Devin character, so I kind of like associate with Devin quite a bit because I do feel like that would be me. I would be the one bringing the cake and jumping into the pool. Would you agree, Josh?
That would be it. I'd probably be Anissa. That's what I would be the Anissa character. I'm the Jewish
yes.
I'm the thick girl. Okay, so like I'd be the Anissa / Ashley. I'd be a hot mess too. So I'm just all the hot messes together. That's who I would be. So
you'd be there throwing the shade like Anissa does, and we know and love.
Did you know about this? This year, apparently, production gave the cast members 2 drink tickets per pub night because they were getting too wild.
I did not know that.
The unlimited alcohol is for the All-Stars cast now, y'all, because the All-Stars cast are more mature and can handle their alcohol better than the regular challenge, okay? No, I'm kidding.
Maybe this was like a cost savings initiative more than, getting too wild. Because I would imagine the amount of money that they spend on alcohol even behind that is quite a bit. So let's get into hashtag the list. Hashtag the list.
Wait, before you get into the list, there's a couple side things that I wanted to talk about.
Okay, fine.
All the fun stuff, okay? So, yes. Firstly, we had Michaela and Renan that wanted to start the Rookie Alliance. So they were talking about, like, we need to get the rookies together because, there's a lot of vets, so there's more rookies. So let's change this up now. So that was the whole thing. That was cute. We had... Let's see, Ashley told Devin that they wanted to take down the Survivor players. So there was a lot of threats even before this list happened in conversations that they wanted to take down the Survivor players completely. So, like, what are your thoughts on that? Are Survivor players being targeted right off the bat? Like,
it hurts my soul because I love the Survivor players. But it was interesting because how else do you go after the rookies? Like, you have to find some correlation that they all have, right? And so, like, the way that they frame this to make it, we have to go after the Survivor players, I thought was very smart because, yes, they are very hashtag save Survivor. Yes, I agree.
They're all rookies too. They're all rookie players. So
yes. Yeah, because they didn't bring any veteran Survivor players, did they? Because they've been bringing back Jay. He's been representing Survivor in the last few seasons, but they didn't bring him back.
I think Jay's the only Survivor player that's ever been on the show from Survivor US. Jay's the only one. So now and Natalie as well was on last season.
Natalie and Jay, and yeah.
That's basically it. So now it's like, let's target the Survivor players because they're crafty. Michelle's crafty. She knows how to strategize. Blah, blah, blah. Survivor players are the targets. And we have Michaela giving a little confessional about, like, these are 2 winners. I don't want to work with them. I'm not making an alliance with them. They're, not today. Not today, Satan. So Michaela was all up on that. Love her. Living for it. So
that was smart. I feel like she never really was able to distance herself, though, from the Survivor Alliance. And then, as it plays out, is very interesting that the rest of the Survivor Alliance, rightfully so, distance themselves from Michaela. But yeah, should we get into hashtag the list?
There's one more thing. I want to talk about the people who hooked up that night before we get
Okay. Yeah, that's juicy. Yeah, let's talk about that juiciness.
So we have Michelle being like game, boy, game, because that's how Michelle is. She likes to flirt with the boys. So I had
same strategy here. Same strategy as Michelle in my life.
Yep, we had Nani and Casey hooking up. We had Fessy and Amanda making out. Yes, and who was the one? So someone like caught them, and they were like trying to be all secretive for it. They were all making out. We also had there was another one. Nelson and Ashley were hooking up.
Can we talk about Fessy and Amanda making out while Amanda is wearing her Crocs? I'm sorry, I'm a big Croc hater in general, and I was just watching that happen, and I was like, Fessy, stop! Like, you can do better. But
I know. Not the Crocs.
Not the Crocs. I am not here for the Crocs. I can't.
You know what, Ben? I have to agree with you on this. Fessy is hot AF. He is a douche, but whatever. Y'all, okay, I have to say, we all saw the Belgian Big Brother. We all saw it, okay? We all saw it. We all know. We all know the tea. I mean, like, yes, Fessy is a douchebag, but he's an F-boy. Like, let's get real. We all know this is the truth. If this was Mary F. Kill, Fessy would definitely be the F. In any case, there's no situation where he wouldn't be. Okay, so let's keep that together on that one. All right. No, girl, not Fessy. Oh, I love this. Ooh, Tori said Fessy's was trash. Ah! But see, my viewers give me tea. Our viewers give us tea. It's great.
I feel like Tori, though, I don't know if we can trust Tori on that, because I feel like she already had to deal with the embarrassment that she went down there and hooked up with Fessy. So of course she's going to trash Fessy's junk and downplay it, even if it was good. I don't feel like she'd admit it. But
she wouldn't. But okay, now I know you're like so eager to do it. Okay, Esther was like, why did I pick Messy Fessy? Okay, we also had Nelson and Fessy fighting as well. I forgot about that.
Oh,
Nelson
yes.
to get into a fight.
Yeah, I mean, and we knew it was going to happen at some point, but I was surprised that it happened episode 1, because there was really no reason for it to happen yet. And so I don't know.
Okay, even for me, who was like, doesn't know much about the challenge, I even know in past seasons there were fights always the first night.
Oh, yes.
Remember that CT and Adam fight where they literally killed each other? Literally, I think Adam was dead. I definitely think he almost died. CT just bulldozed him that season. It's notorious for night one fights. There was this one season where this girl, Jo, quit the first night because she's like, I can't do this. They're all hooking up and they're all trashy. And she just left, took her suitcase and walked out.
Josh, do you think you would survive in the challenge house for an entire season?
Not the entire season. I'd probably be like a Hasela.
Would you? Yeah, you just have to get out.
Yeah, I would probably be the fourth boot, but I'd be there for a party. I'd be there for a week, have fun, get my viewers. No.
I am dead.
Get my views, get my love, and then be like, all right, I'm piecing, hook up with everyone in the house. No, I'm joking. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding.
I'd be whoring myself around that entire house for sure.
Amen. All right, I know the time has come. Let's talk about the list.
It's hashtag the list. How dare you?
Everybody get your hashtags
Hashtag the list.
Hashtag the list. I need to see some hashtag lists from our viewers right now. Everybody list.
We need to unpack, unwrite. Do we need to unwrite the list? I don't know, but because the list, we need to talk about the list because it is very confusing. And editing, I feel like, did a disservice to what all went on, because it sounds like there was an entirely different execution that went through this list. So, but first they cut to a scene where it shows that they were having a piece of paper out between Michaela and Michelle, and it doesn't surprise me, because if I was in that house, I would be doing something very similar. I mean, I created this list. We already showed my list of the teams. I would be doing the same thing. I would just want to know who's who is a rookie, who is a veteran, who's on whose team. And yeah, I might sort it in a little bit of a different way too. So I would discuss that with, my Survivor teammates in my alliance or the people that I'm with. So it makes sense that would happen. But the story that gets told and how this list transforms into something much more is very, very interesting. So Josh, do you have any background on maybe some of the components of the list that weren't shown in the episode, or does anybody else fully understand of what happened with this list?
So the tea that I know about this list, okay, is that it's made up. There was no list. I've heard that Emmy made the
hold on, because she pulls out a physical list with people's names on it.
But I think the whole story is not what Emmy said it was. I heard
right. Okay. But to make sure, there was a list written down of people, and Michaela produced it. So continue.
there was a list, but Emmy definitely exaggerated on what the list was. I don't think it was exactly what she said. Exactly. Right. Emmy bent the truth. So Amanda told Emmy, okay, here we go. Amanda told Emmy that they were coming for her. So Emmy bent the truth because of it to turn it on Michaela.
And if that's the case, very smart by Amanda. Very smart by Amanda.
Yeah. And not smart on Emmy though. Why?
Exactly. Like what is in this for Emmy? What does she get out of this?
Yeah, so you're a newbie. You really want to put yourself out there that much when it's your first season right off the gate? That's a dumb decision. She is now going to, if Emmy lasts more than 5 episodes, I'll be shocked.
And I mean, she's not a quiet person. So even if she wants to present this, she's going to be very loud and already be a focus anyway. So I don't really think there was much strategy from Emmy doing this, except for if she really felt as though, I mean, unless she felt that she wasn't in with the Rookie Alliance. And she said, you know what, I can't be with the Rookie Alliance. I can't trust the Rookie Alliance. So I'm going to I got to make a move with the veterans. And I mean, that seems like what she did.
Yeah. And then from there, like, I mean, it was a smart move, but Michaela, I think, played it the best she could. When she found out about it, she's like, that's not true. Like, this is the tea. And Michaela's not someone that lies. Michaela's not really a liar. She's almost too truthful. Also, is this not the same thing that got her kicked out of Millennials versus Gen X, is showing her cards? The exact same way. It's the exact same thing.
I will say though, I was very impressed. Like she was very calm and collected through it all too. She very much kept her emotions in check. I wouldn't have been able to. I would have been tearing apart that house. I'd have been like, this is bullshit. Here's my list. I was just sorting things out.
I would have been going for someone that had nothing to do with the situation. I would have been like, that girl from Paradise Hotel, I'm coming for you. It's your fault. She had like no part in it.
I'm dead. Well, and then so very quickly though, you see Tommy and Michelle be like, oh shit, we're going to be associated with this.
So we're the winners that know how to play Survivor really well. So we're going to distance ourselves from you, Michaela. Sorry, girl. Peace.
Yes. So they are like, we can't. And even Tommy's like, oh yeah, I saw the list. Yep, that list happened. Yep, that was happening. Michaela did that. So like just completely turns on it, which, I mean, I guess he kind of had to at that point, but
I don't know. I don't think Tommy's going to do too well on this because I think he's using too much Survivor strategy, and like Survivor strategy is very different from the challenge strategy. Survivor strategy is like second to second, but in the challenge they hold grudges. Survivor, they do what they got to do to get through that round, and then a new round starts. That's how Survivor players new days play. It's voting blocks, and they change it up. With the challenge, they hold grudges. Even until later seasons, they hold grudges. So it's very different. I don't think it's going to work for Tommy out here.
Yeah, so pretty quickly after this, and like I said, we don't get much on who else is going to go into elimination. And so at this point, we're like, okay, well, it's obviously going to be Michaela, because who else are they going to put in? I mean, there's no edit for anybody else going in, basically. Oh, so, yeah. But we get to the agency deliberation.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I loved this setup. This was so cool with like everybody having their own little, touchpad, and they're all just like an arena style with the agency up at the front. I was like, yes, production value. Yeah. Yes, for this entire thing. Yes, for TJ saying you got 20 minutes, go. And like the strategist of reality TV, and it was just like, I love this. And we get to see this whole deliberation.
Yep, absolutely. And I was here for it. And who speaks up first? She's like, all right, I'm going to speak it out first. I did not make this list. I don't know what's going on. And then doesn't she come for Michelle right away? Like, she just starts throwing Michelle under the bus. I'm like, poor Michelle. Like, poor Michelle.
Yeah, I don't really did Michaela really think that she could throw the votes onto Michelle at that point? I don't think that was the right move for Michaela. I think Michaela should have came into this deliberation saying, rookies, look what they're doing to us. They're already getting one of us to go up when we still have the numbers. And we still have the numbers right now. So we as a group could make a decision to go after a vet. Like, she's already so much in a hole. She might as well go after one of the vets at this point, but she doesn't. So that was interesting. That, I think, should have been her strategy.
Oh, I totally agree. That's what it should have been. But we know how Michaela is. She'll throw it out there. That's how she does it. Also, hello, Alex. There you are. Alex, how are you? We love you.
Yes, hi, Alex.
Guys, I will be on with Alex tonight at 9 p.m. after the eviction show if you watch Big Brother. So we will be talking about our eviction and
Such an amazing, fun night to just be a couch potato queen.
We're just going to be on the couch all night. We're couching all night, everybody. It is a couch potato queen event.
I actually just got to Columbus, and I'm here for the weekend. I also live in Metro Detroit, near Josh.
We all live near Tiffany.
What?
We're all gonna go get our blood drawn by Tiffany.
Yes, we are. So excited for that when Tiffany gets back after she wins Big Brother.
I know it's we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know if that's going so well lately. She's kind of overdoing it a little bit. We still love her.
We do.
All
okay.
Right.
So back to the challenge. We get to the elimination, and we're like, okay, well, Michaela's going down for sure.
Not looking so good. But Michelle is like defending. There we have a brawl between all the Survivor players, and Michelle is like, "Are you seriously doing this right now? When we're the ones that have your back, girl? Like, you're gonna come for me? You're gonna come for poor Mish? Really?" Like,
I know.
Are you serious with milk?
And I loved when Meech gave us the double birds. That was iconic. I was here for that. And yeah, I love the structure of the deliberations. It's going to be great. So we get to the elimination. TJ drops a bomb on us that, you don't have to vote a team in. You can pick any woman, any man, and they don't have to be on the same team. So we're like, okay. So still, though, would probably make sense to throw Emmy down there. But I guess, she already kind of wanted to be with the veterans, so I get why Anissa and Logan didn't decide to put her down. So they throw down Michelle, which my heart is crumbling right now. And then they get to the guy decision.
I know. Well, let's go back there. But like this season, they hit us with a big twist, though, because we think they're going to put in a team, and it's individuals that Anissa and what's her partner's name? Logan, that they get to pick individual man and woman, which adds a whole twist to this and makes it like, holy shit, anyone can be up from any team. So like, Emmy was kind of worried for a second, but like, why didn't they choose Emmy? They pick Michelle and they pick Corey. Why? There's no logic to this. Why not pick Emmy? Why Michelle?
Because they wanted to pick my two favorite contestants right off the bat and give me a heart attack, Josh. That's why. That is exactly why they wanted to do that to me.
This Corey is like this sexy, beautiful gay man who I could have a chance with. Hello, call me Corey. Like,
listen, I call dibs on Corey, okay? Right, he's mine.
We'll see. We'll see about that. But like that and Mish, who's like my girl. Yeah, like Michelle was unfairly targeted. Poor Mish. Hashtag don't come for my Mish because I'm going to have a problem with you. Like, Mish is like the person on Survivor last season that I was like, I don't care if she doesn't know what she's doing. She does know what she's doing, and she's going to get all the way to the end because she's fabulous, okay? She is what? Sickening. Thank you. So, like,
yes,
we have this brawl. It's going to be Michelle and Corey versus Michaela and Ronan. And the brawl is kind of like, what did they do? They tied them. They were tied kind of together by their backs.
Yeah, so it was like each person like had their back towards each other. It was like a little like, I don't know, like a plus sign almost, like a four-pronged little thing where they all had like their backs tied to each other. But first, I do think that it was very interesting that they throw Corey down there. Like I still don't fully get. No, Steven, he's fine. I already called tips. I still don't fully get what the logic there. Like, are they actually on Emmy's side or not? Like, it seemed like the entire justification was, well, Emmy was causing drama, so we're going to throw Corey down. And like, Corey was like, this is bullshit. What did I do? I didn't do anything. But I also think that maybe they just wanted Michaela and Ronan out because and they knew maybe that Corey and Michelle could do that, so that could have been part of the decision. But yeah, so the actual elimination challenge itself was pretty interesting. So it seemed like it was kind of like a tug of war, for lack of better words.
And it was kind of balanced because for the women, you had Michaela that was stronger. And for the men, you had Corey that was stronger. So you have opposite sides when Ronan was kind of weaker and Michelle was kind of weaker. So it was kind of like, you know, it's kind of balanced on that end. But like, I was really hoping at that point in time, I do love my Michaela, but at that time, I'm like, girl, they'll bring you back next season so you can slay the day away on season 38. I want my Mish and my Corey to stay in the game. I'm sorry, like, that's what I want to happen. So when you see Corey beast moding the entire way down and basically carrying 3 people down that thing, he is so strong and sexy. I'm here for it, mama. So here for it.
I could watch that clip over and over again if every day. That was just such art and so beautiful because it calmed my nerves because I was so afraid for some. I mean, I was like, there's no way though that Michelle and Corey are going home here. Like that can't happen. So thankfully they win.
Absolutely.
And then we get, okay, Michaela, Renan, bye. Sorry.
Done. Corey
You're
saves
gone.
and saves him and Mish, and then you get Renan and Michaela gone. So
then we get the and this is very similar to last season. So last season, if you got down to the elimination, you did have the option to infiltrate and to pick a new partner, basically. Yeah. And so there was a lot of changes in partners throughout the entire season, and then people picking the strong people to be with for a little while, and then they would get picked again. And so there was a lot of shuffling of teammates, and I honestly liked that. My only criticism of that is that, like, in the end, right? So last season, Amber and CT won as a partnership.
Yeah.
But they weren't even partners or a team until the very last few weeks of the season.
Hey,
and so it's like I'd rather have though I want the storyline of like a team and a partner, ship throughout. Like it kind of seemed like, well, they weren't even partners for that long. But anyways, I do like that it changes the dynamics and it shuffles it up a bit.
Absolutely.
So then personally I was like, okay, this would be great if Coriel and Michelle team up because those are my 2 favorites anyway. So I was kind of hoping that would happen. Josh, what were you rooting for in this moment? Or what did you think was going to happen?
I was the exact same. I wanted Michelle and Corey to stay together. We were hoping for it, but at the end of the day, that's not what happened. But that's kind of, let's take this to what all the mix up at the same time, because first they announced that Nam, that he's sexy too, by the way, but Nam was not with everybody, which means behind the scenes, wasn't that Nam got COVID? And they
was it that?
Yeah. So Nam got COVID and they had to re-quarantine. And for that, they recast Ed from The Circle. I don't know if everyone here has watched The Circle.
Oh,
really random choice, in my opinion. Like Ed from The Circle. Really? I mean, him and his brother, they are trying to get as like the new California brothers. But they're like the Circle version. Like it's going to be like Celebrity Deathmatch. The Califiores versus Ed and his brother from Circle. Like, that's going to happen. So, Ed comes in.
Ed's entrance into the arena, too. I was just like,
that's all about it. And
that's a choice. That's a way to make your entrance. Like, everybody's eyes are on you. Probably most of these people have no idea who you are, Ed, but you can just bring your goofy ass self in there and let people know who you are.
Me and Steven, our guests, have our psychic together because I am also here for Ed. I'm here for it. Let's see what happens. Let's get a new. Could be douchebag, could be fun. We'll see what happens. Let's go. So
let's look at these new pairings. So we get all of these. I pulled together the new teams. So Josh, can you pull that up for us?
Oh, you put the new teams together? Yeah.
The new teams. So these are what transpires after the elimination. Michelle picks Devin, which Devin lives up this moment. It's great for his ego. First draft pick, Devin. He's like, that's right. I'm the best here. Thank you so much, Michelle. And then they cut and they show that like he was pointing towards himself, like, hey, like pick me. I want to have you on my team. Which also makes sense because I don't think that Devin liked having Tracy as his teammate.
Yeah.
So I think he was just looking for an upgrade. This is a good way to do it. It's great for Michelle because then she can integrate in. She's already kind of proven herself. I think Michelle should be safe for a little while. I support this decision from Michelle.
I agree. She's safe for a few weeks, I think. So definitely.
It was very. She had to pair with a vet. That was very smart. Thank you, Steven.
All right, who's next? Who do we got next?
So then Corey L gets to choose his teammate, and again we see Tori go off the board. So he could. I mean, I think it was probably between Casey and Tori. But I like that. I think that he will match well with Tori. I think that their energies will be good. Tori's a little bit more aggressive and outspoken, I think, than Casey, and I think that fits better with Coriel's kind of personality as well.
I think that Corey is going to do great with Tori because Tori is a seasoned vet, and I think that will integrate Corey in more. Both Corey and Michelle, I think, could potentially do well depending on who their partners are. And with these partners and these pairings, I think they have potential now.
Yeah, I really like that. I think that worked out well for both of them. So at first I was so mad that they were in elimination, but I think this is going to set them up quite well going forward. And so then we get these forced pairings of Emmy and Ed and Tracy and Kells. And I don't even know what I feel like, especially the Ed Emmy combo is quite a pairing. That is going to be a very chaotic
duo. That's going to be fun, though. I'm excited. I don't want Emmy to go right away. I think that she's
too much of a personality, for sure.
She's kind of like the international Ashley. She is. She's the international Ashley. You can't get rid of the Ashley or the international Ashley. Can't do it. Not today.
So this is where we land. These are now our teams. We've got, so this is just kind of breaks down all the pairings now. But again, the big one was these new 4 teams. And sadly, we had to say goodbye to Michaela and Renan. Probably you'll never see Renan again. And when you're a first boot of like a big season like this, I have a hard time. And he didn't really make much of an impression. So we'll pour one out for Renan this week. But hopefully maybe we'll get Michaela back. She did as much as she could for her first episode of trying to establish herself.
Doug, I definitely think we're going to get Michaela back.
I would be here for it.
She's TV gold. I think she brought enough drama in that first episode. We're going to get her back. It will happen. She needs her redemption on Emmy. It's 100% going to happen. You're right on Renan, though. I don't think we're going to get him back, especially, he's the international one. Like, they're kind of like they pick and choose their international ones that they bring back.
I would love like a spin-off challenge season, though, like Big Brother challenge versus Survivor challenge. Like, that would be fun.
Big Brother versus Survivor. They could do it.
They could definitely do it.
A team Big Brother, a team Survivor.
And then just like veteran challenge people. I don't know. There's so many options. And I just love all the crossover.
Kind of like Battle of the Seasons. Like, remember that season where they had the 4 teams of 4?
Yes.
They have 4 Big Brother, 4 Survivor, 4 vet, 4 recent, 4 like old school, like that type thing. Maybe like 4 road rules. Like, they could do all the shows. 4 circle. They could do like Battle of the Shows. That would be a lot.
I'm here for all the crossover. The more I get to see the people that I love and enjoy on Survivor and Big Brother and the Circle, the better for me. I appreciate that. So
I love it. And Ronan left in a sling. There you go.
Of course he did, because Coriel said no. Bye. Don't even mess with me.
All right. Well, that covers the episode. I had so much fun tonight, Dog. Like,
me too. Yeah,
and guys, thank you guys so much for viewing. We had like people watching and commenting. I'm so excited about this. So let me tell you guys, usually this is our time this week because I was on with Sarah and her team last night. But usually, guys, what will happen is we will go live on Wednesdays when the show ends. So we will go on Wednesday at 9:30. As of now, that's what we're doing. So as of now, we will do our live Wednesday, 9:30 after the challenge. That's what we're going to do, okay? Also, make sure to smash the like, okay? But
smash
first,
it.
Smash it. Smash that like, everybody. If you are watching, you enjoy, smash that like, and also subscribe to the channel.
Smash like Fessy smashed his tongue into Amanda in her Crocs, smash it just as hard, okay?
Yeah. Doug, where can everyone find you? Tell everybody.
Well, for my reality TV commentary, you can follow me on Twitter, and for more thirst traps and an insight into my daily life, you can follow me on Instagram. And both is at Dofurg, Dofurg.
Love it. Love it. Love it. And the Crocs. We love Amanda.
Damn Crocs.
And her Crocs. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. You guys know where to follow me. Twitter and Instagram. Mendels8. Mendels8. That's where you can do it. Okay. I might be having some thirst trap photos dropping tomorrow. I can't really talk too much about that. If you like a big girl and you like a thirst trap, you're in for tomorrow.
Of course we do.
Right. All right. So you can follow the Couch Potato Queens. Oh, this is Chantel, everybody. You guys follow Chantel anyways. Where are we fine? Okay, here we go. You can follow the Couch Potato Queens on Twitter at Couch Potato Queens, Couch Potato QWNZ. On Instagram, Couch Potato Queens. If you want to follow us on Instagram, it's a new Instagram page made by the one and only Alex. It's fine. And if you're not already subscribing to our channel, guys, which you should be, make sure to subscribe to Couch Potato Queens. We go live basically every day. We cover the Bachelor Pad starting on Mondays. We cover Drag Race All-Stars on Friday, Fry Slay. We cover Big Brother like every single day of the world. We cover the challenge on Wednesdays. We'll be covering Survivor once it premieres. We do everything. I'm pretty sure we'll do the Circle too, because I think that premieres in September. So that will be. But with that, everybody, make sure to hit the like. Also, I have a Venmo, so if you liked what you saw tonight and you want to give something special to the Couch Potato Queen Network to better our channel, my Venmo is listed below. It is Josh-Mendelson-2. Hook it up. We are going to use it to better our channel at all times, so we are all here for that. But with that said, I love you guys. Don't let anyone steal your sparkle. We will see you next week. You guys will see me in about an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, enjoy the live episode of Big Brother.
Yes. Bye, guys.